It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. The Crystal Hive is live, and it is Saturday, and as you can't read the title, Saturdays are for slinging cards. So, today, I just thought it would be fun to kind of dive into my archives, so to speak, and pull some cards out of my decks, or some decks out of my archives, whatever. They're all shrink wrapped. If you can't hear them, there you go. They're all still shrink wrapped. These were decks that I originally just dismissed or removed, or however you want to word it, from my initial competitive filtering, just to see what decks would hold well in chain bounds and above. Since there's a lull in organized play, we're looking at, look at this, folks, month 9 of quarantine, at least here in the United States. So, since organized play is non-existent, I love that the way I changed my text pop-ups. You can see the whole octopus. So I'm gonna jump into these 4 decks. I don't know how many I'm gonna get through. If I don't get through a lot, I might just make this a regular Saturday thing. Who knows? We'll figure it out. So, get my handy dandy X-Acto here, because I don't like bending cards trying to open the shrink wrap. Why Fantasy Flights removed the pull tab that was from the first print cycle of Coda, I have no idea. I mean, it probably significantly decreased printing cost, but it makes it much more difficult to open decks without some type of sharp object or really long, freaky, sharp nails. So, the first deck I'm looking at here, I have scanned them all in, so I don't need to spend time on stream doing that. I am going to have to import them into Crucible Online, so I'm going to do all that on stream as well. But I have, let me pull it over here. This is Ludjaw Ludjaw spawn of Supra Bee. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the changes to decks of Keyforge as well. So, there used to be a meta score that was down here. Excuse me. There was a meta score down here under the SAS. And that was looking at, if I hover over here, it's looking at 5 stats of Amber Control, Creature Control, Artifact Control, Board Clears, and Scaling Amber Control. That number is now encompassed in the total SAS. So if you look at your decks in Decks of Keyforge, or DOK, whatever you call it, your SAS has once again changed. So on the previous system, this would have been a 63. Because the meta is now included, it has been bumped up to a 64. So not impressive numbers if you pay attention to these numbers, but I'm more curious about this whole sidebar. This is where these are the stats I love to see. So I'm looking at 107 effective power. Honestly, part of that is because I have 24 creatures. So just the amount of creatures on the board, my board presence, if not controlled, it'll quickly overwhelm my opponent. 6.2 speed efficiency, so card draw's okay, not amazing. Subject Kirby is great for a heavy creature deck, but I only have 1, so it doesn't help me too much. Only 10 bonus amber. They also now have a stat about the number of mutants in your deck, because there are a lot of decks that make that an important statistic to know. So I have 7, 4 artifacts, 2 upgrades, and 6 actions, extras, and Armageddon Cloak. So that's a cool additive feature, but it means that Armageddon Cloak doesn't really add to any of these other categories, so it's just kind of another thing to see. I'm gonna minimize this, pop it back over here, and I'm going to go in and start importing the deck here. There's also been some graphics changes and really nice polish on the Crucible Online. So that gets a huge thumbs up from me as well. I just love the gloss finish on these buttons is really nice. Just trying to find my cards here that I don't have any enhancements in Star Alliance. So switch all the way past that house. I have a damage pip on Armageddon Cloak. And so if anyone wants to play these decks, you're more than welcome. You can find them on keyforgegame.com, decks of Keyforge, and since you're watching me put the enhancements in, you can do the same. And I got enhancements on both of my bulwarks. So one has a damage pip, and one of them has a capture pip. I've got an enhancement on Cinder, who has a draw icon, which by elimination leaves a damage pip on Rabble. Hit save. Save successfully. And I'm just gonna quick join and... Whoa, what's going on? Quick join. Casual normal. There we go. Bloodjaw, spawn of Supra Bee. Or Supra Bee. Start the game. GLHF. I haven't... So this is going to be interesting because I haven't really put a lot of time looking at these deck lists either. I honestly grabbed them because I thought they were fun names. Bloodjaw's the least fun. The the next three are pretty funny. We'll get to them as we go along. But first turn, not a huge fan of this line for Star Alliance. I don't have any upgrades to put on Hayden. So I'm gonna mulligan. And just got my Hayden back. We'll go Dis and just get that Anguish out. I do have two. Not a mutant. So I will go... Kinda want to go Dis and lock them into Star Alliance, but I'm not gonna do... Actually, that'll work. That will work. It's only gonna get me... I'm going Star Alliance. Here I'm going with this. No, I'm going Star Alliance. Let's play Hayden. Let's play Particle Sweep just to hit some armor. Am I gonna exalt? Sure. Do some damage there. Then drop Garcia. God, all the changes that people are making with the Crucible and decks of Keyforge, and really honestly any type of online supplement to help people play the Crucible. Just want to take the time to do a little hat tip. Thank you. It makes playing this game through COVID, honestly, just for people who don't have a good local scene, or they live in the boonies, or maybe they don't like traveling, or maybe they don't like going and meeting people in person because social anxiety is a real thing. Being able to play online is doing tremendous things for the community, so thank you to everyone who takes the time out of their own lives to make sure that others can play. I am going to go Dis and lock them into Untamed. So say mark Dis on Murmook. Let's play Cinder. And then play Anguish to the left, and then I'm going to play Brabble to the left. And hit that Murmook again. key charge. Nice. Made a good call. Don't think I have much of any amber control other than having my Anguish fight here. So I'm gonna play Dis. I'm gonna Reap with my Brabble. Play my other Anguish. Anguish is going to fight. Is he? Cinder's going to fight. So they're negating each other, right? So I'm going to fight there, and then you're going to fight here. Make their key cost 10. I've been trying to teach myself to play a little slower online, because I do play very fast online, and I miss a lot of stuff, and I remembered this cloaking dongle being here, so just pat on the back. It's an Eat-Eye deck. I always do that, I never look at the list. It's another thing I'm terrible at doing online. So triple hologramophone, double Eat-Eye, so I need to kill these Eat-Eyes as they come out. I'm gonna stay in Dis. Drop a dark minion. And I'm gonna Reap with Brabble. Have this Anguish fight Eat-Eye, have this Anguish fight Eat-Eye. And I'm going to Reap with Cinder, nuke the dark minion to try and set up a better cleansing wave here. Their key cost is up to 12 now because I've got 2 Anguish, both at 3 damage. Probably will go with Sanctum next turn. Kangafant's gross. And they just healed, so they're decreasing my cleansing wave here. Which I'm not a fan of, but whatever. So we're going Sanctum. Let's go ahead and put Gizelhart's Zealot over to the right, followed by Seeker of Truth, because then Seeker of Truth is going to sandwich in here and be covered by Taunt. So I'm going to fight Kangafant. Then I'll Cleansing Wave and put myself at check 8 of 7. Looks like a decent Star Alliance turn coming up. Looks like I can use this Dino Alien to nuke Kangafant. Survey, we can see what I get. Now he just Code Monkeyed the Kangafant, so he's rehealing that Kangafant. He's got really good board protection with these elusives and then this taunt that he just dropped. Just like that, I am falling behind, so I will go Star Alliance. Let's go ahead and survey. Got 2 cards, I can discard 1. So Imp Spectre and Burning Glare. I'm going to discard Imp Spectre because I want to draw into a a Sanctum turn because it will be setting up there. Let's go Dino Alien to the right to nuke GrammarBot, Tink, and then Chan. So they beat me to the first key. Their key cost is 8, mine is 10. It's not looking good, folks. Decent Sanctum, though. So let's go Sanctum. Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and put Armageddon Cloak on Anguish. Let's nuke that ward off with the bonus pip. I don't think they have really many mutants. So I'm gonna Burning Glare and stun. Let's stun the Druid. Gizelheart Standard. Let's put an extra armor on there. And put Baldric the Bold. I will fight with Seeker the Truth into Code Monkey to have then Anguish fight Edai. I'm at 12 of 6. And their key cost is 11 now. Ooh, I didn't even notice this deck has a Troubadour in it. It's one of my Coda quirky cards that I had in a deck that I really liked. Don't have a way. I guess I do have Implosion, so I do have a way to trigger him. I don't think I've drawn it yet, so it's still in there. I think, as I'm seeing it, the way this deck wants to operate is I'm slowly gaining board presence, and if my opponent doesn't have a board clear, which they have Nature's Call, and that's it. So if I can maintain board control, I'm putting myself in a much better condition. And they're dropping a lot of creatures here. So the house that's going to give me the most benefit out of fighting is going to be Sanctum. Forge my blue key. But Star Alliance looks really nice too. Oh boy. I'm gonna go Star Alliance. So let's go ahead and put this upgrade on Dino Alien and have them fight Spears, because I know how deadly she can be. Choose one card to put in my hand. Nothing good for my current turn, so I'll take Anafiel leading into the next one. And then I'm going to put Dark Minion on the bottom because I want that Gorm of Am. I'm going to use the ability to swap with Seeker and fight with Seeker into Calvin. Let's fight with Anguish into Calvin, which will heal Anguish. Michael Alien. Chan is going to Reap to use Baldric to fight Calvin, which gained me 2 amber. I'm going to play Kirby, which... Should I play Troubadour? Fuck it. Let's do it. Fuck it. It takes me off check, but whatever. I'm learning the deck. I'm having fun. Because I really do want that Calvin dead. That Calvin's messing my turn up pretty bad. And they've got an encounter suit on it. 2 cloaking dongles. Yeah, so they're just going. They're trying to get a card draw, and yeah, now they're just pulling him back, dropping him back out. It's going to heal him. I did draw Implosion, which sets up for a really nice disc turn, because I can nuke this Troubadour. I also have a really nice, not a really nice, but a decent Sanctum turn as well. I think Star Alliance will be my best option, though. Nope. Dis is going to be my best option because they're just going to gain a fuckload of amber here. So I'm going to go Dis. Drop this Essence Scale. Anguish. Ooh, boy. Going to fight, Explore over, make their key cost 9, Brabble will reap, Troubadour will reap, Cinder will reap and hit Brabble, and I'm going to Implosion Troubadour and hit Frayne. Probably could have done that much better, because after I started doing the turn, I was like, wait, I needed to get that ward off, because then I could just directly nuke Frayne. Damn it! I won't say you live and you learn, but you play and you learn, right? So I'm at 14 of 6. 14 of 7. They're at 7 of 7. Could potentially pull ahead here. Key cost went up to 8. So I want to keep these alive. I jack the key cost up to 9. If I go Sanctum, we're just going to drop some artifacts. If I exalt them, they gain 1 armor. So I'm going to play a Gizelhart Standard and exalt. Tink. So now they're going to gain 2 amber for each amber on them. Let's put Anafiel to the left to protect Kirby. Let's put a Bulwark to the right and capture an amber on Kirby. And then let's put Bulwark to the left and do a damage to get rid of that ward. And let's fight. Let's fight there. Let's have this Dino Alien fight there. And add Crimin Jork to my hand. Bonesaw to the bottom. Call that good. I'm at 7 of 8, so I'm a little short. there's anything I can do right now to catch up. Like an essence scale. So I could essence scale to get a use out of anguish and jack the key cost up a little bit. Because I could drop Dark Minion. Oh no, they're playing. They bounced Star Alliance, so they're getting a lot of amber use out of this turn. Yeah, there goes Tachyon Pulse. You know, I don't know the stats of my opponent's deck, but my deck, it's got some cool things in here. It's not anything substantially overwhelming. So I need to take 6 amber. So here's the trick, right? Playing that True Brew cost me the game. I think my best bet here is in fact Dis. Because then let's play. Ooh, boy. I want to get Anguish out. Trying to think of the right sequencing time here. So if I True Brew Dark Minion, or sorry, Cinder Dark Minion, I just do 1 to everything. Sure, let's reap. And let's hit Cinder to hit Dark Minion. Let's Bonesaw. So we'll fight and hit Code Monkey, I guess. It was close. I was an action behind. We'll get one more game out of it and just see what else it can do. Now that I have more of an idea of what this deck is trying to do, I know that my Sanctum is a lot of my fighting, which makes sense with this cycle's take on Sanctum. They're a little different take on Brobnar, but they're the fighting faction, if you want to designate each faction a certain type of duty. Duty. Yeah, I'm curious what the strength of my various houses are. Keyforge claims that Dis is the strongest house, which I can see. Sanctum being the weakest, but it does provide the most fighting. Playing an Italian deck. Coda. Ooh, anything fancy. I've got Miasma, Imperial Trader, so that's going to hurt my Sanctum pretty bad. And Fertility Chant with Lost in the Woods. This is a terrible 2/2/2 hand, so Orion is somewhere lurking here. It's mulligan. Staunch Knight. Click end turn, please. Yawn. Thank you. Go Star Alliance. Blast. Okay. Staunch Knight with Shadow Self is brutal. Let's go Dis. Let's get Anguish out. Let's get Bonesaw out, and let's discard True Brew. Seed deck. Do they have a key cheat? Nope. Star Alliance sounds good to me. Let's go Chan and Explorer and Garcia. I think what I'm noticing too is the plight of a heavy creature deck, right? So I've got a 36 card deck. 24 of the cards are creatures, so I've got 12 others. So 2/3 of my deck they need to stay on the board because I don't have a lot of play effects. So it makes it a little difficult for me to have Amber gain if I can't keep a board. Which is what's happening. So let's go Sanctum. Let's drop a Bulwark to the left, then an Anafiel to the right, and Gizelhart's Standard on. Let's put it on Bulwark. That gives a 2 Assault to a 3 Skirmish creature, so it's not terrible, but it is a 3 power creature that can do 5 damage now. Hunting Witch and Nepenthe Seed to grab what? Lost in the Woods. So we're gonna clear my board again. Probably my Bulwark and my Garcia. This is not a casual deck that they're playing, but it is what it is. So let's go Dis. Keep trying to build my board state. Let's get an Essence Scale. Let's play Cinder. What do I draw? An Anguish. Drop an Anguish, and let's Implosion to hit Explorer and Hunting Witch. Yeah, this deck I'm facing here is not one that is a fun one to practice against. It's just throwing all things competitive my way. Let's go Sanctum. Gorm of a Bulwark to, let's go to the left. Let's hit damage dealt to non-spectre. So I'm just gonna hit Shadow Self, and then Bulwark will come to the right and capture on Anguish. Gizelhart Standard. Let's put that on that Bulwark. So again, everything's getting +2 amber or +2 armor when it has capture on it. Mighty Lance. Hit my Bulwark and my Cinder, it looks like. Yep. Well, man, this is annoying. I'm not gaining any amber right now. So, let's go Sanctum. Put a Gizelhart Zealot to the right. And let's have you fight the Shadow Self. Let's have you... Let's have you fight the Shadow Self. Let's have you reap. And I don't want to use Gormavam because that's going to nuke my own artifacts. Oh man. Yeah, all kinds of board control in my opponent's deck. Murmuk's key cost is 7 for me. Exhausted my anguish. Let's get this. Play an anguish to the left. Just get a benefit of that bulwark. Let's Essence Scale to kill Cinder, and then ready and use this Anguish, which then I will fight Protectrix, and I'll play Bonesaw, and Bonesaw fight that Murmuk. I'm just waiting for a chance for them to run out of control so I can just go reap and get a maximum of 3 amber, it looks like. It's bad. Well, they cleansing waved and then killed my anguish. Snufflegator and a mantle. Balls. So I guess I need to go Star Alliance. Let's survey, discard, Imp Spectre. Let's drop Hayden to the right. Let's drop Dino Alien to the left. Anything worth killing? No, I can't nuke anything that I want to kill, so I'll just leave it. Kirby comes in to no effect. I'll be interested to see if I get 1 key in this game. It's not looking great. There's the Dust Pixie, and then here comes Fertility Chant. Yep, Lost in the Woods. Right? Come on. Yep, there's the Lost in the Woods. Wish they grabbed my Anguish and Bulwark, so this is going to be game. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, I can't do anything. I don't have any key cost increase. Okay. Let's just have some fun. Sanctum, I guess. Baldric the Bold. And have Gizelhart's Zealot fight there. It's Burning Glare to stun Snufflegator, Cleansing Wave. And sure, let's end. Not even worth a GG. You should not be playing that deck in casual queues. But, next deck. Just not gonna beat a dead horse there. This one, Deck 1, some interesting stuff, not that great. Definitely not my playstyle, not enough Amber production is really what was happening. In the current game, board control is, I would dare say that board control is the most important thing to have in a deck right now. My deck did not have that, and I faced two opponents that had a decent amount of it, and I wasn't able to do anything. But now, pull the second deck up here. I am playing Carl with a Q. Pike Mastermind. The best thing about this is it has a single enhancement on gateway to dis. That is a capture icon. It's so bad. I saw that. I don't think I even looked at the rest of the deck, and I just said, nope. 58 SAS, 1 anti-synergy, 1 meta. So it would have been a 60 minus 2. It's a 22% deck, which means don't ever play this one. 3 board wipes, Gateway, a Skixuno, and an Axiom. 2 mutants, 19 bonus amber, so it's not terrible. It's actually on the higher end. 12 creatures, 18 actions, so it's a creature light. So I want to play my board clears pretty flamboyantly, is the word coming to mind. But I want to play my board clears pretty liberally. That's the word I'm looking for. I got Dance of Doom for some more damage, Gleeful Mayhem for some more damage. So this is a true board control deck. Yeah, I've got a 20 in creature control. Negligible amber control, so woof. No key cheats. Nothing about this deck list that screams anything fancy to me. So we're just gonna go. Oh, I just closed it. I just closed it. I gotta find Carl again. There's Carl. Deck added, has enhancements, so I need to add them. Gee, that's pretty easy to figure out. Play. I'm gonna delete Ludjaw. You don't deserve to stay in my collection. See what you can do, Carl. Right off the bat, I've got a Snudge, which is fun. I want to see if my opponent mulligans before I keep this hand, because I want to see if I play Mindfire or not. Orion, my man. What's up? Star Alliance. Sure. Let's go Stealth Stir. Good old Aubade. Free time's great, isn't it? The problem I have with having free time is I try and do so much in my free time that it doesn't feel like free time, but I'm the kind of person that likes to be rewarded for achieving accomplishments, like getting shit done, so I don't mind it too much. Ooh, Galactic Census is fun, so let's go Saurian. Form of Giants, and then Senator Quintina. and save the So Salt. I've never been a big Zelda fan, so I know Majora's Mask is N64, right? The only Zelda I've ever played was Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. It's an absolutely brutal version of Zelda. You get 3 lives, and if you die, you start all the way from level 1 at the beginning. Ooh, there's 4 houses. 4 houses. Game 1. It's not that great right now. Let's go Star Alliance. I'll do it anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and nuke that gub. Ooh, that was a bad choice. God damn it. Okay. Let's reap. My Form of Giants is gonna give them an amber because I misplayed that. Did not notice the Soul Keeper. If you have a Wii or a Switch, look at getting Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, the regular Nintendo throwback. It's a brutal game. I love it. It's really hard and really cool, but I think I've only ever beat the 3rd castle, and I think there's 12. So it just gets to a point, because you can't save either without pressing the buttons weird. It's terrible design on allowing people to beat the game without just grinding for it. But let's go Dis, because I want to put a Soul Keeper here on Stealthster. And then I want to play Gleeful Mayhem to hit Amber Imp, Aubade, Stealthster, which is going to hit Gub. And let's play Waking Nightmare. I forgot to look at what the Archons look like. So this was the Archon for Ludjaw. Not bad, kind of weird. Kind of has like the Megamind look to it. Then let's go Saurian to So Salt. Citizen Shrix to capture 1. Let's go Stomp to hit Explorover and Exalt Shrix. And we'll stop there, because I don't want to stack just one creature. Get through Ludjaw. There we go. I like Carl, the Pike Mastermind, much better. There's Carl. If I can get my camera to focus on it. It's picking up too much of the background. That's clear enough, I guess. Carl does want a hug. You know why he wants a hug? He wants a hug because his fucking head is on fire. He's just like, please just help me. Put it out. And you should probably spell his name properly. It's Carl with a Q. Q-A-R-L. Blue key. Forum of Giants is doing work here. Let's go Saurian. Drop Pterodactyl to try and continue to use that Forum of Giants. Ooh. Ooh boy. Let's go Curse of Vanity to exalt this guy and hit. Oh man, this is gonna suck. Set Restringantis. And then I'm gonna tribute to exhaust Shrix and move that amber off of them. Or not tribute, humble. I have a feeling this is a deck that you would really like playing, Orion. It's very board control-y. And it's got 14 creatures with three board clears and a total, or 3 board clears, and not included in that 2 other direct damage cards, Dance of Doom and Gleeful Mayhem. I can't play Dis, huh? So we're going Saurian because I need to kill Restringantis. But I can't right now. So let's reap. Just keep him off a key, I guess. That Doom Sigil deck you have is gross. This isn't as reliable. They played a really good Restringantis here. So, luckily they're not playing... So here's my problem with what my opponent just did. They have a potential to completely lock me out, right? I played 0 cards from my hand last turn when I called Saurian, which tells them I either have a full hand of Dis, or I have some Star Alliance I don't want to play. Right? So you're getting that information. Excuse me. Don't talk while I'm eating chocolate. So now they're playing Brobnar. Which, okay, cool. You're feeding me Form of Giants by allowing me to keep Pterodactyl. So you just gave me another key. You're also putting down 2 Rapskulls, which forcing me to fight. I want to fight to kill Restringantis, and I do splash damage. Why did they not just call Dis and fight with Spider, poison kill Pterodactyl, and then just leave me with Citizen Shrix on the board, and then that's all? They had a potential for a lockout win, and I don't think they realized it. Because now I'm going to go Saurian. I'm going to fight into Shal, kill Restringantis, and now I have House Dis back, and I'm still fueling my Form of Giants. Which is just going to make this board clear from Gateway crazy, unless they can replay another lockout. If they can replay another lockout, then I understand what they're doing. They're just waiting for me to waste all my resources on thwarting the lockout. But they get Smith, and then they're just going to reap across the board, but they're going to stun their whole board. Which is fine. Whatever. Do your thing. You're also going to get one from Form of Giants, but we're going Dis and a Gateway. Let's play Snudge. Ooh, actually, hold on. Let's just play Pain Reaction. Let's play Mindfire, which pulls a Charette, which is a really nice pull. I am ahead of them on keys, so I'm just going to play this Break Key, and I'm going to drop a Snudge. I mean, all of my criticism about the way they played that lineup, they're still winning on tempo right now, so it's a moot point, but they had a potential for a guaranteed win versus a potential win, I guess was what I was trying to point out. And then I get Forum of Giants. I don't have any way to capture other than Xeno training, so we are going Star Alliance. Let's go Explo Rover, Stealthster, and Xeno training. decent Star Alliance, not amazing though. Lion Botcham and Armor Smith is a gross combo. They banished my Stealthster. They're gonna get Form of Giants here, so they ended up pulling it off. Let's go. Star Alliance, shits and giggles. Stealthster, detention coil, so Botcham cannot fight. Blast shielding. And Universal Translator. Sweep. GG. That was okay. Deck feels a little better than the last one. It's still missing a lot of parts. Now that I better understand how it's playing, I'll probably not play Forum of Giants that quickly. Excuse me, I think I just burped into the mic. I apologize, that was disgusting. I tried and turn the mic off, but oops, I instead turned it on. Forum of Giants, I don't have that many strong creatures. So I'm sitting here and I think I'm relying on Forum of Giants mainly with Skixuno. And then Pterodactyl. Star Alliance has no huge creatures, so yeah, I'm really relying on Skixuno and Pterodactyl to fuel that Forum of Giants. So knowing that now, I'll hold off on probably playing it till much later in the game. According to my Dove chocolate square, shine bright this season. I don't know if they mean 2020 or during the holiday, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving season. I was gonna say, well, I'm waiting for an opponent, but surprise, here they are. And the deck I'm playing right now, Orion Carl, actually has 12 creatures, not 14, so it's even more up your alley. Now my next question is, which of these remaining decks do I want to play? I think I'm gonna play that one. That one looks fun. Ooh boy, knowing how my deck operates, this is a bad hand, so we're mulliganing. Master of the Gray, happy fun times. So let's go Dis. Let's Mind Fire. Oh, that was a good pull. Love it. Fuck your Cyber Clone. I think my sweet spot for the number of creatures I want in a deck is about 16 to 18. I want about half my deck as creatures, and I want the other half actions. So this is pretty low for me, but it seems to have ways to protect itself in that regard. I do have, oh boy, can't resolve bonus icons, so I want to get Master of the Gray off the board. And then let's play Waking Nightmare. Welcome to the inside thoughts of my brain. When I said, oh boy, I just thought of Huckleberry Hound. Oh boy. I don't have chubby enough cheeks to do the right boy. Oh boy. Oh man, you can tell I had really good sleep last night. La 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 la. Amber Hearts. God, those are going to be a nightmare. Let's go Starlands. Let's drop a Secure Droid to the right. Let's do Hadron Collision and hit Gorvanel. And then Xeno Training. Xeno Training is a really good card to lead up to an Axiom turn. I don't have ways of playing those off turn or action cheating them out, but it is a really cool cross-house synergy, I guess is the right word. Looking like it's going to be a pretty good Saurian turn here. Well, until they did that. Until they did that shit. God, I hate Amber Heart so much. I still need to go Saurian. So, it's just a matter of in what order. Let's start with Umbrasaurus. Let's go ahead and exalt and nuke this ward. Let's play Curse of Vanity to hit Umbrasaurus and Gorvanel. Let's do Form of Giants, and then let's hit Stomp to hit Gorvanel and exalt. Good Skixuno here, but I do have 4 Amber I'd give them, which I don't like. And that Amber Tracker did damage too. It's rough. I would love an Axiom right now. That would be the best board clear for me to have. But everything currently is power 4, so I can trigger my Form of Giants. And I do... They're going to forge anyway. So he's Omega, right? Yeah. So sure, let's go Dis, drop a Snudge, drop Skixuno. Not the best play of Skixuno, but he is +6, so he's power 7. Which is going to fuel my Form of Giants for a little while. Woof. Let's go Form of Giants. And then let's set up Saurian, get Pterodactyl out, and then Senator Quintina. So if they do a full board weep, full board reap, they'll be exalting. And I still got Form of Giants because of Pterodactyl now. I see. It's a Zelda boss fight. I see. Priorities. Excuse me. Have a good one, Orion. Forum of Giants. Right. So then Dance of Doom, if I hit 4s, it's gonna hit 3 of theirs. So let's go Dis. Remove the stun for shits and giggles. Let's go Dance of Doom. Pick 4. Let's go Gleeful Mayhem. Hit Skixuno. Let's hit Daughter. Let's hit Pterodactyl. Puts me at 6 of 6. My opponent is probably going to beat me to key here. I don't have much in the way of Amber Control. It's been a theme across a lot of the decks that I don't initially want to play, because I am a Control and Disruption player through and through. So I got soda all over my mustache and I don't have a napkin. I want them to reap is the thing. I want Senator Quintina to fuel that. But right now I think I just need to board clear because they've got a crazy board there. And I will get Forum of Giants because of Pterodactyl. But the problem being, if I board clear, they will get Forum of Giants if they play a creature on their next turn. So man, oh boy, I think I do need to just play. So let's go Dis, Bane Reaction, just hit right there, I guess, and then it's Gateway. Start of my turn, yeah, start of my turn is going to trigger Forum. So if they play any creature, they're going to get Forum here, which will put them at a minimum of 5. But they're pulling their whole archive, so they're going to play a crazy Logos turn. And I'm stuck with Shite for Starlights. So far, I am not hating my choices to retire some decks here. Because this is going to put them in the checkmate. This Forum. Yep. Then I have to go Star Alliance, play creature, play creature, play creature, Stunner, Blast Shielding. Done. GG. Two for two, hating both these decks. I think I picked properly on whether or not I like them. I'm going to try and play one that I think looks much better. I'll wait a second to read the deck name. So this is the infinitesimally contentious bumper. I'm just imagining someone with that title intentionally running into everybody and doing it aggressively and maliciously. I'm trying to count here, 15, has 18 enhancements. So I think this is my highest enhancement deck. Has some Amber Control, not amazing, but it's about low end of average. Some artifact control through Nexus and Reclaim by Nature. Terrible board presence. I've got 17 creatures, all of them are very weak. 3 Gloriana's Attendants, so those are really just there I mean, they're not there because of Gloriana, but I guess it's thematic that they're there. But I do have 8 printed bonus amber pips, which brings me to 26 printed amber. I think. No, 18. That's not just printed amber, that's just 18 bonus amber. Other cards I have never seen. Patronage. Okay. Defense Initiative, I know that. Legion's March. Nice. So that definitely fuels my Saurian line, except Saurian's my weakest house. Splinter's awesome for damage pips. Old Bruno is an old throwback. Look over theirs are great. Okay. Cephaloist is really the main engine I'm seeing here, so I want to keep Cephaloist on there for some steel protection. Get that guy over here. Import this. This is going to take a little bit because of all the pips on everything. And we'll go through. So got Xeno Beast has 2. Earthbind has a draw. Queen Gloriana has a amber. One of the Resurgents has an amber and a card draw. Seeker Needle with a damage. One of the look over theirs has a damage. Francis the Economist has an amber and a capture. Umbrasaurus has 2 amber. Lots of duplicates. This deck is not going to be a huge fan of Infernus opponents. Sagittarius... Oh, jeez. Sagittarius Gaze has a lot of amber pips and damage pips. And then a damage pip on Defense Initiative. That should be it. We're gonna go delete Carl. You're done, Carl. Infinitesimally Contentious Bumper. Now, the SAS of this doesn't scare me, doesn't surprise me. It's in the average range, but it's getting up there, which tells me that if you pilot it well, it might perform much better than it looks. I'm okay with this hand, so I'm going to keep it. And I'm just going to... play on team to just get an attendant out there and see what my opponent does. Four Horseman deck. Kicking it old school. Nothing to steal. So it's gonna kill anything that's a 4. So I'm fine with that actually. Get Perfect this out and then drop Umbrasaurus. I'm not gonna Exalt because all they would have to do is reap with the Horseman of Famine and they'd get a free amber. So if anyone watching the stream is an inventor, can someone invent glasses that have like a stem cell or something on the nose pieces that the stem cell will eat oil so glasses never slide off your nose? That would be pretty cool. Let's go shadows. Drop the Seeker Needle, hit the Mind Lock, get my Ludo back. Let's go look over there to hit Famine. Drop Bruno. Call that good. Okay, so this is after you use a dinosaur, not after you play a dinosaur. So this is actually going to kill Bruno. Don't like that synergy, or that anti-synergy. I can humble him first, I guess, so, which then makes it okay. That's alright. That's not terrible anti-synergy then. Because if I humble, it'll take all the amber off of Bruno before he dies from Legion's March. Though Legion's March into Dust Imp isn't that great. Dust Imp, Gongoozle, Poltergeist from Seeker Needle. Makes sense. And then discarding Pit Lord. Probably a good call there. Any artifacts I need to worry about? None in baubles, which aren't terrible. Random Access Archives, I believe, is an artifact. No, it's an action, sorry. I don't see any significant artifacts other than Dominator Bauble. So Reclaimed by Nature is maybe not as important as I'm thinking it would be. Let's go Saurian. To play Humble. Defense Initiative. There. And Ward. Yes. And Reap. And I don't want to use Legion's March just yet because I only have one dinosaur and I don't have any captures I want to kill here, and I don't have any other targets that would die from 1 damage. Just kind of slow playing this Legion's March right now. Really nice thing about these damage pips on Sagittarius Gaze, though, is I can damage something and then put Amber on it. So I'm gonna go Skull Untamed, drop a Xeno Beast, drop a Niffle Ape, and I'll go ahead and play Reclaimed by Nature. Decent Untamed, because I can drop the Cephaloist and then put an Earthbind on probably the Bat Drone. boy. Guess we'll just go untamed. Cephaloist. Niffle Ape is going to fight Ember Imp. And then let's Earthbind, Bat Drone, and end turn. I would have loved to have drawn into that Resurgence from Cephaloist draw pip, because then I could have... Yeah, I could have pulled a bunch of dinosaurs back and set up for a really nice Legion's March. They are, like, this... The pips in this deck are super fun. Lots of damage, lots of bonus amber. It's just, I'm getting some very weird draws, but this Sagittarius Gaze is pretty sweet. Exactly, right? Or a Sagittarius Gaze. What else do I have in here that has double? I've got a... I think that's the only double, but Francis the Economist has a Amber and a Capture. It's got some fun duos and trios. Honestly, I'd prefer Dust Pixie because that usually lines up a much better Untamed house, but it is what it is. There goes my Ludo, finally. And they are at check again. So they're going to fear my Niffle Ape. Did they fear my Niffle Ape, or did they just discard fear? Oh, they bounced my Cephaloist. Whale. Balls. So... Woof. We're going dinosaurs. Let's go Legion's March. I'm tired of holding on to that. Then Sagittarius Gaze. Let's do a damage there and a damage there. Let's put the Amber there. And sure. Let's nuke. Let's get rid of the Archivist. And I'm just going to discard the Diplomacy, or Diplomacy. Now the question is, what am I grabbing with this Resurgence? Sacro or Xenobeast is going to be great. I wish I had other damage, or damage. I can't talk today. I wish I had other crazy Amber Pip creatures in Untamed. I think in this Resurgence I'm gonna grab both the Xenobeast and the Umbrasaurus. Just try and get as much Amber production as I can, because I'm really far behind right now. It's been the story of the day. I'm playing decks that I originally dismissed, so we're seeing, at least I'm seeing, that I've made the right choices so far, at least from these three. Maybe the fourth deck will be the sleeping horse, whatever it's called. Black horse? Idiomatic phrases, I don't remember them ever. Bird in the hand is worth one in the tree. Kidding, I know that one's in the bush. doing, the opponent? Gatekeeper, Anafiel. Wish I had a board clear. That'd be fun. Oh boy. Here comes everything. What did you discard? Discard. Staunch Knight. Okay. Oh man, that's game. That's game. GG. Just gonna concede there. GG. Man, this is not going well at all. Try this again. Things went a little better when I started showing the Archon cards, so let's get that in there. So this is Infinitesimally Contentious Bumper. He looks like he would be a contentious bumper. He's been doing steroids quite a bit. In anticipation of how bad this game's gonna go, I am just pre-cutting open the other deck. The final one. Honestly, I've been plowing through these really fast, so I can go back into the archives and pull some more. Pojo Loco. Start the game. Okay, have fun. Everyone's revisiting all their Coda decks today, which are not fun ones to test brand new decks against because what are you doing in Casual Queue? You've got double Miasma, one last job, too much protect, and a library access. I don't get it. I don't get it. And this is a, you know what? Fuck it, I'm keeping it. We're going Untamed and dropping the Xeno Beast. We're getting off to the races here. Dodger, Moon Cursor. Not a fan of Moon Cursor, but okay. And Silent Dagger sucks. So oh my god, let's go Saurian. Sure, let's at least get that Moon Cursor off the board. At the very least, so they're gonna be doing 5 damage on a fight, 4 damage on a reap. So if they fight, they can kill Xenobeast, steal 1, and then do 4 to Lycosaurus. I've got Patronage, which is fine because I can pull that 1 Amber off of Lycosaurus and then finish off Dodger if they attack. But they're going Dis, so they're not going to attack. Snudge. So I do have to kill Snudge. Sure, let's go Saurian. Let's play Patronage. Let's do damage there and there. Let's do that. And you're gonna fight Snudge. Cool beans. Just waiting for my opponent to get enough Amber to make Calling Shadows worth it. Got a decent play here in Saurian with Sagittarius Gaze to put Amber on Dodger. Excuse me. There's that play. They're probably going to kill their Dust Imp here, actually. Yep. And then Pawn Sacrifice to nuke. Well, now Sagittarius Gaze isn't that great. So let's go Shadows. That's a Ransack. Steal 2, I believe. Yep. So I lost Seeker Needle and then Cephaloist. Let's go Old Bruno. To then look over there and hit Old Bruno to steal that last one. Drop Nexus. I am in check, and they're at 0. It worked out better than I thought. But now they've got a Overlord Grekking, which is not going to be fun. I can pull the Xenobeast and Cephaloist back, which protects me from steals, but they still have a two Miasmas. Let's go Untamed. So Resurgence. Grab Xenobeast and Cephaloist. Then Dark Queen Gloriana. Who do I want to bounce? I'd say bounce Bruno, because then I can play him out and use him as collection again. And then Grekking can't grab. I guess they're elusive. I'm going to grab Bruno. Let's go Gloriana, Xeno, and Cephaloist. Check at 10 of 6. I'm playing this deck much differently than the last game, and it seems to be working better. I'm playing with the mindset I don't mind losing creatures as long as the creatures are the ones with Amber Pips, because then I can just cycle those with Resurgence, because I have 2. Yeah, I have 2 Resurgence. Grekking, yeah, took my Cephaloist. Blue key cost me 9. Let's go Untamed. Let's have you fight Grekking. What do I want to add? Booby Trap's decent. Niffleape's terrible. I don't have anything for Niffleapes. So let's grab Booby Trap. Move Niffleape to the bottom. Reap Reap. Reclaim by Nature to nuke that. Lash. And here comes the library access. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the show. Wasn't that long of a show. So I can't steal because I have Cephaloist. I can capture. Let's go Shadows. Nexus is going to grab their library. Booby Trap is going to kill Cephaloist. Let's go Splinter, Gamgee, and then Bruno. Check at 6 of 6. at 6 of 6. I'm at 6 of 6, but they might Asmod. So I am going to have to take care of this Escatera. Okay. Let's go Saurian. To humble, well, let's first go play Monument to Strix. And I'm gonna humble my Bruno. That's a really, I love that synergy. That's a really cool cross-house synergy. Let's go Ludo. Sagittarius Gaze. I'm just gonna use it to kill Escatera. Put an Amber or Exalt Terror. Defense Initiative is gonna do damage to Terror. And let me ward Gamgee. And sure, I'll do the neighbors as well. So I'm at check 9 of 6. They just got their first key. I love Monument to Strix. It's one of my favorite monuments, the dinosaur monuments. Let's get the yellow key. I am gonna go Shadows though. So let's have Gamgee first Reap to make sure I get that ability. Splinter will Reap. Bruno will Reap. Nexus will Reap and grab a card. That's perfect. Let's go. I'm going to play Lights Out first. Bounce both those, and I'm going to play Tempting Offer, which puts me at checkmate, 8 of 6. Much smoother game that I changed my playstyle. This isn't a deck of, you know what, maybe I'll play this again sometime. In the interest of just playing as many decks as I can today, we're going to pull over the next one, Kuchuk. I just say Kuchuk. Red Raider Bright Quest. What are we looking at? Pretty even distribution of strength of cards, at least. Autovac. This is actually my only Autovac deck I've opened from this entire set, so that's cool that I finally get to use that. Standardized testing's alright. Neurosiphon's cool. The rest of it looks kinda eh, especially Fission Bloom. I've got a couple bonus pips, but it depends what Odd Claw's enhanced with. He's got a damage, so Fission Bloom's okay. I'm gonna get 2 Amber off a card that has 1. Double Cleansing Wave's nice. No key cheat though. Decent board presence, average stats for everything else. Beware the Ides is just annoying. Let's get that over here. This is a Scylla and Charybdis deck though, so that's fun little action control. If you don't know Scylla and Charybdis, I'll pull them up when we're in game. But one penalizes your opponent for fighting, and the other penalizes your opponent for reaping. There's Centurion with a capture. The Odd Claw was damage, which then by elimination means Cleansing Wave is a draw. And so it looks like a crab, which is funny with it being Scylla and Charybdis. So, Greek history time. Scylla and Charybdis are two sea monsters, one of which was basically an archaic explanation of what a whirlpool is, and I believe that is... the art was pretty standard. Yeah, that was Charybdis. So Charybdis is like an explanation of what a whirlpool is, and basically it's this... the explanation the Greeks gave was it's this giant maw of a monster, and when it's hungry, it sucks in anything in the water and consumes them, thus a whirlpool. And then Scylla, I forget Scylla's specific story, but Scylla is the counterpart to that, another monster that I believe was a monster on a nearby island somewhere near Charybdis, and Scylla would eat everything that was on the island. I'm gonna mulligan. Good old Scout Pete. Well, let's start with Saurian and just get Centaurian Octavia there, or Cornus and Octavia. Like they want to play out of Star Alliance for most of their deck. JON Cargo. That's cool. Archiving mechanics. Don't have any decks with John Cargo either. Let's go Logos for a Neurosiphon. Then Groupthink and Smoko. Let's go ahead and Bouncing Deathquark for shits and giggles. Let's hit Scout Pete. Smoko. Yes, again. Let's hit Kirby and Cornison. Good old Gravitron. So they've got a heavy archive deck with 2 John Cargos and an Ultra Gravitron. Really sucks that I played my Bouncing Deathquark. Should have looked at the deck list to see a Gravitron, because I would have saved the single targeted kill I have in my deck for that, but whatever. Let's go ahead and go Saurian. I'll take my archives. Charybdis, Monument to Octavia. Let's go Council Primus and Siren Horn. Let's put Siren Horn on Groupthink. So now if they fight, they before fight lose 1 amber, so it discourages them from fighting. But with their board, they could honestly just take Ultra Gravitron, single hit Charybdis, and go from there. dimension door. And they didn't grab their archive, so that keeps Ultra Gravitron on mine. Double dimension door, really? That's woof. That's gross. Don't know if I would have personally stacked those right now, because they could get 4 tops, but I only have 3 amber. I guess that they don't stack, never mind. So they could get 2. So I don't know why they didn't just hold that other one. Played the next round. But not everyone plays with the same mindset as me, so it is what it is. It's probably gonna purge my Charybdis, yep. Saw that coming. Really want to play this Sanctum. It's not going to do much for me, but let's play Ardent Hero to the right, Bulwark to the right, Cleansing Wave for shits and giggles. And there's the 2/2/2. I was waiting for it. I'm probably going to be stuck in that for the rest of the game now. Decent one-stood against many with the Ardent Hero. They don't have any mutants though, but they do have some pretty good 5+ creatures to focus on. I don't want to kill this Titan Engineer until after my opponent forges though, make them spend 1 more than they normally would. Demo Knight's really nice for one-stood against many because I can just hit stuff until he dies and then I get an amber for it. Ethereal Centurion's Capture synergizes well with Consul Primus. Who'd they fight? Wasn't paying attention. Fought Ardent Hero, which is interesting because they should know that I'm not going to take damage from that, but doesn't matter when they purge it, so who cares? In that aspect, I don't know why they didn't just fight Consul Primus. Not following my opponent's logic here very well, but whatever. Let's go logos. I could nuke these 2. Let's go Saurian. Let's have you capture 1. Curse of Vanity. Capture here, and then capture there. Let's have Monument to Octavia. That's Consul Primus. Reap. Then that sets me up for a decent Siren Horn setup with my Groupthink tank, or I could use my Groupthink tank as the 4 damage. So, Logos to grab Neurosiphon, Fission Bloom, Autovac, and Sacrobot. So my opponent's Ultra Gravitron is just tearing me apart. Which, again, that's on me. Because I played my fucking Bouncing Death Cork way too early just because I felt like it. So they're going to purge my Consul Primus now. Yep. Just slowly but surely tearing my deck apart. Let's go Sanctum. Gorvanel. Demo Knight. Gorvanel. One stood against many on the Demo Knight to fight, I think it's 3, right? 3 different creatures. Yep. So let's hit John Cargo. Let's hit elusive. Let's hit Consul Primus. And go into Gravitron. Check at 8 of 6. And there's that 2/2/2 again. At least I have standardized testing, which will take care of Gravitron. It'll also hit Umbra. So it's a pretty nice standardized, and then I can Fission Bloom this Eclectic. Yeah, so I'm going to Fission Bloom, play Eclectic, Archive 2, gain 2 Amber, and it hits 2 Saurian, which is really nice. Then let's go standardized testing, and I don't want to use my Autovac because I don't need to key increase my opponent. Could potentially set up a good Sanctum. I also, have a decent Saurian. Man, hiccups. Could set up a decent Saurian, could have a decent Sanctum. Grab their archives. And they are in Saurian. I don't think they've played their It's Coming yet, so they're probably going to wait for a shuffle. No, they did play it, so they need to wait to redraw and draw back into Gravitron, so they don't have a Gravitron online for a little while. And I do have another standardized testing in the deck. No, I don't. Thinking of a different one. Good fucking lord. So their entire archives was all Saurian, is what happened there. Sure. This seems fun. Let's go They don't have a center of the line. So let's go Sanctum. Gizelhart's Zealot. Mutants. I don't think they've got one. One mutant. It's already stunned, so Burning Glare to stun Faust. No. I'm gonna stun Thero. Let's go Gizelhart's Zealot to fight Faust. And I'm gonna save this Cleansing Wave. I'm probably gonna curse myself here, but all the computer issues that I've been having the last couple weeks, I've done a lot of stripping my system down and diagnostics and cleaning everything up. Just longer use a computer, some files you don't really need anymore, so I've been cleaning everything up, and I have a current upstream time of 2 hours and 8 minutes with big old goose egg of dropped frames. So, wow, success! Usually I'm at about 2% dropped frames, which isn't bad at all, but 0 is a very nice number to see. And they do have a center of the battle line currently, but it's not creatures that I want. So I'm still gonna go Saurian. Let's drop Scylla. Let's drop Shrix. Beware the Ides. Then beware the Ides. Neither of us have a center, so it's not that. Friendly creature captures one, then each creature with Amarana captures one from its opponent. Oof, I'm going to discard that for now. This deck actually is surprising me on its ability to keep pace, even with a substantial misplay on the Death Quark. I'm not keeping very good board control, so they're going to go Saurian and just obliterate me right now. And Scylla is the other counterpart, so each enemy creature gains Reap, deal 4 damage to this creature. So that's why they were diving into it with Gladiodontus. Yep, and then they're going to Reap with the 4 remaining. Yep. Makes sense to me. Pretty straightforward turn. Gladiodontus. I can kill the Gladiodontus here with Odd Clawed. But do I want to? Because I want to try and set up a Cleansing Wave. So I'm going to instead go Logos. That's Fission, Bloom, Neurosiphon. Then I'm going to archive. I'm going to archive my Cleansing Wave. I'm going to Odd Clawed to hit a damage there to Perfectus. Xenobot. And Eclectic Inquiry. Decent, actually really nice line here. Would be great if I had a skirmish creature though. That's gonna be it for now. So I am keeping pace. I have 1 amber more, but I have a terrible board state. And there's another 2/2/2 hand. decent setup for a commandeer turn. Probably, we'll see how the turn plays out, but probably Logos is going to be my best bet currently. Yeah, Gladiodontus just didn't hit my board. I don't get that amber because of Perfectus Ludo. Vault Boy, what up? You did catch a live stream, and I've got about an hour left, so you get to watch an hour of it as well. Unfortunately, it's been a very bad day for my win-loss record. I'm 0-4. No, 0-6. Oh boy. So let's go Logos. I'll take my archives. I'm going to Fission Bloom this Neurosiphon. For shits and giggles, let's go Sacrobot. And turn yes. Check at 7. I absolutely need to get rid of this Perfectus, because that's going to give me a really good trigger on killing Cornicen if I'm able. Standardized testing would be great, but standardized testing is going to trigger all these dying at the same time. I actually think I have an out in Logos, depending on what my opponent does. If I go Logos, I'm gonna go Logos. Here's my thought process why. So if I use Sacrobot to fight Perfectus, and then I standardize testing, and then I auto-vac to discard Cornicen. Keys are 9, puts me at 14 of 6. What are my thoughts on deck analyzers checking the Master Vault? I don't think I quite follow your question. Like, decks of Keyforge being able to pull stats from there, or... I guess I need a better understanding of what you're asking before I can answer. Or try to answer. Yellow key into Sanctum, grab my archives, Skizzleheart's Zealot, Demo Knight, Commandeer. I played this in a very wrong order, and that probably is going to screw me. So, a fight there. I see your comments, Vault Boy. I'm trying to play through this turn. I think I fucked myself by not playing Commandeer first, so give me just a second. do. Okay, let's go one stood against many. Play Commandeer first. Let's put it there. Let's have Demo Knight ready and fight. There. And there. Cleansing Wave there. Ooh, no. Okay. I just squeaked it out. Okay. Let's see. Crucible Tracker. I mean, so from what you're describing, if Crucible Tracker has a plugin that uses all kinds of math and search parameters to find winning decks, I'm assuming you mean by official play registered winning, so just power versus win and loss. You can do that anyway. You can do those searches manually. It's just automating the process. So if someone wanted badly enough, okay, then I'm still not following. Does it just look for decks that should be a winning deck? Or I stopped using Crucible Tracker when they had their drama between Crucible Tracker and then Kip, when they separated and created their own thing, and I stopped using Crucible Tracker once they deactivated it because it became part of Kip. Okay, looks for decks that should win. Well, honestly, I don't... I'm not going to queue yet because I want to give this conversation some appropriate attention. So in this algorithm, we're saying hypothetically the programmers have found a way to show specifically what decks should and should not be winning and should not be top tier. If we attribute Keyforge decks even have tiers, we'll just go on the assumption they do. So the Crucible Tracker plugin you're describing, yes, absolutely removes the discovery element of Keyforge. It makes it so you don't have to learn deck lists, which it could potentially be a disservice. It could be a disservice if your opponent or if you yourself don't also take the time to learn what cards are repeating over and over in these winning decks. If you don't have the modus to look at your other options, it's crippling yourself. So there's my thought one. Thought two, for someone personally who does not have disposable income, I work in a nonprofit in the social services sector. We don't make a lot of money. So the discovery element absolutely is a cash grab. If you convince yourself it's not, you're just feeding yourself pipe dreams. The search for Vault Tour and Vault Warrior worthy decks is absolutely a cash grab. It's a money game and it's a search game. So it's the more money you throw into it, the more options you have. So you have two options. Buy a fuckload of decks. I know there's a lot of people that do it. I don't like dropping names, but there's several people that are very frequent on the Keyforge Facebook pages and Reddit that have the disposable income to buy thousands upon thousands upon thousands of decks. When you have that much product available, you are bound to find a handful, if not several dozen, really good decks. Or you go the other route, have other people open them, and hope these other people want to flip them for profit, and you just buy them on secondary markets of eBay, DOK's sell page, from a local person who wants to sell or even trade one away. So in the element of someone who does not have a lot of money to spend on the game, wishes they did, but ideally doesn't, I don't mind that they added that algorithm, because in my mindset, the way my brain works, this is cuckoo. Don't worry, I can do that because I'm in psychology. So I think it is absolutely a double-edged sword. I think, and this leads right into the point I was sidebarring and distracting myself from. As you're looking at the app, right, the algorithm it tells you and shows you what should be a winning deck. If you extrapolate that information and look at the deck list from the algorithm they created, you can reverse engineer why they say that deck should be a winning deck, and you start to learn what cards from what sets dictate what decks should be winning. I hope I said that as succinctly as I could, but you're retracting that information and applying it backward, at least from my mindset, to learn, okay, I'll just use Bouncing Death Court because it was a card I talked about in the last game. Excuse me. If Bouncing Death Court is predominantly in a lot of these winning decks, you then learn, I opened a deck with Bouncing Death Court. Maybe I should give it a finer look to see if this might potentially be a stronger deck than I give it credit for. I'm going to go ahead and queue for another game if we continue to chat about this. They do, though. I say yes at like 80%. So I don't consider myself a super high tier player. If we go tier 0, our repeated Vault Tour winners, I forget his name, but the player who owns Gasoline that won 2 American Vault Tours. Then there's the European Vault Tour player whose deck won twice. Then we look at the Tabletop Royale guys. They've both got a Vault Tour win under their belt. We've got Aurora, who's got a Vault Tour deck under their belt. All these high tier players are tier 0 players. They're players that people know. And as you look through it, as you look at deck lists, well, thank you. I totally forgot Kron was your deck. So I can't look at a deck list and figure that stuff out. I have to play. I don't have the analytical mind that can look at a deck list. This is why I absolutely suck at Sealed. I can't look at a list of cards and see how they interact. I'm a very tactile and visual learner. So if I grab a deck and give it 3 to 5 reps, I can tell you exactly what it's supposed to do, what it wants to do, and what it sucks at. It's a very different play style of being able to look at a deck list at its core and sit there and say, card A, B, and C, these are your main combo, let's go. I can't do that from a deck list. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to, but if you give me a deck and allow me to play it, I can come to those same conclusions. It just takes me some reps versus just a visual cue. So if you can consider someone who needs the reps still a high tier player, I would just personally consider myself an Archon player versus a Sealed player. And they're very different mindsets of how to get into those plays. I'm gonna go Logos and drop this Xenobot. So if we continue my tier levels, so tier 0 is all those Vault Tour winners. My single claim to fame is I was top 16 of the Denver Vault Tour in the first cycle of Vault Tours. The first year Keyforge was out and doing competitive play. I finished 14th out of 16. I would put myself around tier 1 to 1.5, being I can finish top 16s. I personally don't feel I have a deck that would allow me to get past that, but I believe I have the skill to carry me there if I had a deck that could be a little stronger than what I currently own. So there's an intricate balance between being able to drop any deck and play well with it, or being able to just hop in and you need a good deck to pilot you. I think I need an okay deck, but the better the deck is, the better I can do, which is I don't feel my skill is quite there yet, where I could consider myself higher than tier 1. Let's go there. And let's exalt there and there. Awesome, 22nd. Well, and Gen Con is a massive field too. I think at the Denver Vault Tour we pulled about 220-ish. I think it was, yeah, I was gonna say it was from 220-ish, so probably in the same field of players then, same number of players. What was funny was one of my buddies came with me. It was 3 of us that went down for day 1. And 2 of us made the day 2 cut. But one of the other one, that wasn't myself, got sick and could not make day 2. He had drop, felt absolutely terrible about it, but he just didn't want to get anyone sick, which kudos, especially now we're in a pandemic a year after that vault tour. So stayed home, and based on the placings, I ended up playing the winner of the match my friend was going to be in. And yeah, I surround myself with like-minded people. So if you're sick, you don't go in a giant crowd of several hundred people while you're really sick and potentially get other people sick. Anyway, so they were supposed to play someone else, and the winner of that game was the person that I ended up playing in my top 16 match. So I could have potentially played against my friend. And why I think that's funny is because my friend had a deck that obliterated library access Nepenthe decks, and that is the type of deck I lost to. So I just gave him so much shit. I'm like, dude, the fact that you didn't make it, I didn't get top 8 because of you, you asshole. Because he, realistically, if you crunch the numbers, probably could have beaten that lands deck, and then my deck beat my friend's deck insurmountably. So it was an interesting rock, paper, scissors between the 3 of us, and it just panned out that I got stuck playing against the lands and ended up losing very closely, but I ended up losing. I have played against Brooks before. I have talked to Brooks at several local plays as well. Yes, he's a very good player, and it was his deck that won, but he, the player, didn't. Because round 3, he ended up not bidding as many changes as his opponent, and the deck itself won, yeah. Let's fight, get that Infernus, let's get Lord Invidious off the center. But Brooks is a very good player. He's always been up there. And a really nice guy. Yeah, here in Colorado, I mean, for United States players, we've got regions of the country that are the size of other entire countries in Europe. So in Colorado, we're technically, I guess depending on who you ask, we're technically Midwest, but technically Western. So right on the cusp where we could toggle to the center or the western part of the country. I consider us the western part of the country. But the state itself has, I want to say, at least 20 stores, large stores that support the game. And if you count all of the people that attend the organized play in Colorado, you roughly get the amount of players in smaller countries like Ireland. And that's just in a single state of the United States. But it's such a large state with so much land that's not habitable by more urban means that it's just so hard for people. It's just so hard for people to get to tournaments. I live on a pretty good highway where if I'm willing to drive, I can get to a lot of the major stores within a couple hours. But some people just don't have that ability either. Oof. Was that a decision they made pre or post COVID? I know COVID's been hard on some game stores. I really want to play Beware the Ides, but I have no means to do it. Let's go Sanctum. Let's go there. Commandeer, why not? Post-COVID. That's sadly understandable. In my immediate area, I have, this is my, I'm counting in my head face, 3 decently sized game stores, FLGSs, and of them, 2 are continuing to carry Keyforge. 1, I want to say at the beginning of the introduction of Worlds Collide, 1 decided not to carry it anymore. And I think that honestly was because they had a decent player basis. They had about 5 to 8 weekly. But one of the co-owners of the store heavily invested in buying all the product in the area and flipping it and trying to poach the market, to be honest. Not something I personally agree with, especially when you want the game to continue. So they were poaching a lot of the display boxes and buying dozens, if not hundreds, of display boxes from the area and making product so scarce. And then they're just saying like, oh, I'll sell you a deck that's unopened for $12. And I think one word got out that they were the person doing it. The interest in the game from that store started to die. But 2 stores continue to carry it, which I like. No. Let's go standardized testing. Pew. Not gonna do a whole bunch. Let's go Fission Bloom, Auto Vac, and then Gorm of to hit Essence Scale. Now, are you thinking of moving just for the game? Or are you thinking of moving for other reasons and then it helps that it's healthy down there? I used to live in the St. Louis area. Other large metro regions that are good for the game. St. Louis is good. Michigan. So not Detroit, but Grand Rapids area is pretty good. Madison in Wisconsin's pretty good. Chicago has a really healthy scene. Parts of Texas are really good. I mean, and then the whole eastern seaboard, so New York, New Jersey, those are the big card hubs, especially for Fantasy Flight. A lot of those are really good. Let's go. Beware the Ides is not going to work. That's why I hate that card. I guess I don't hate it. It's just, it's so rough because you have to get it at the right time. Let's go there. I'm gonna save Beware the Ides. Well, so if you're talking about St. Louis, I used to live in that area as well. Lots of really good bakeries. Traffic is atrocious. The cloverleaf on the highway getting into St. Louis is terrible. So don't talk about driving. But sports teams, if you like the Cardinals. Cardinals are always great. Their baseball stadium is really nice. I've got some ways to help you pitch moving to St. Louis. If they keep Invidious in the center, which they might not, but if they keep him in the center, I can nuke him with the Beware the Ides. If you're looking for other games, I mean, if they're playing around Ides, then all the more power to them. I have 2 copies of them, so they should be. They need to protect this Invidious because I can just nuke them off the board. Problem is, when they reap, it's going to trigger Scylla. Though, why did... why did Invidious not take 4 damage? Right? I don't understand what happened there at all. I mean, Bouncing Deathquark's great. I don't have a board to support it, unfortunately. I can hit 2 good targets, which I'm going to have to. Ow, son of a bitch. Okay. Okay, yeah, I was just anticipating the damage to go much sooner than it did. But yeah, they're playing around Ides, and they randomly discarded my Deathquark, so let's go Logos. Well, yeah, I need to go Logos. Let's go Fission Bloom, play Odd Clawed, get 2 damage. Let's hit you with 1. Let's hit you with 1. Let's auto-vac to archive Ides. And my opponent's not been playing super fast, so I'm going to step away for just a second, but I'll be back hopefully quickly. what's going on? They're in check again, so still playing around Ides. Let's go Sanctum. Corvinel, Zealot, and then Bulwark. So Zealot's gonna come here and fight and do damage there. I think I timed everything well enough for today where 4 decks is plenty for 3 hours. And you know what? It's been interesting going through all this stuff again, so I might make this the Saturday thing for a little while. Just play some unopened decks to see what they can do. Guess we're on Sanctum again. No to the archives. Let's go Ardent Hero. And then Corvinel. How many mutants they got? One. Stun an enemy creature. Let's stun Priest Corvus. And I guess just Reap here. I do try to do that. Per release, I buy 2 displays, and then usually throughout the life of that set, I'll end up getting a 3rd. And I do play through most of them, but I always forget to return back to the ones that I discounted initially. Because I do a second time in the stream. It gets me every time. I play through and I do an initial glance at the deck list and get a pretty good sense of what is and isn't going to perform well. But I can't quite dictate which of those is going to be the best, quote unquote, best option until I play them. And given that, that's what I'm playing through, are the ones that I initially wrote off, and I'm seeing if through just my knowledge of the set, but also the meta that's settling in, if these decks are better than I initially thought. And so far, nope. So far, nope. That's gonna be game. There's nothing I can do right now. Sure, let's go Saurian, grab the archives. Let's play Ides, hit you. Let's play Ascilla, play Ides, play Charybdis, and play a Horn on Ardent Hero. Let's have you capture 2 and call that GG. You know what, for shits and giggles, I'm going to pull 1 deck and I'm just going to play 1 quick game with it. Putting all these crap ones away. picked it completely off name. So let's get the exacto here. I hope it's spicy too. It is Rat Catcher, the Deliberately Pious. I'm going to pull up Dex Keyforge. Oh boy, I don't like these numbers at all. Get it going here. I've got 2 pips. They are both capture, so no surprises what they are. Capture on Anthony is absolutely atrocious. That's what he does anyway. Oy. So we're looking at Sanctum, Star Alliance, and Untamed. Initial glances, I got Opposed Pixies, which is okay. Savage Clash, which is okay. It does have a Key Frog. An Exchange Officer that puts Fandangle in Star Alliance, which is interesting. I'm not that mad at that. Because the Fandangle and Star Alliance would allow me to play Fandangle and then on that Star Alliance continue to play creatures out-readied. I'm going to keep hand. This song has put me to sleep. We're going to go to the next one. Sure, let's use Gambling Den to say Sanctum. Got it. So let's go. Knowing it's going to be Sanctum, let's go Untamed. Flumph, Post Pixies, and Exchange Officer. What did I reveal? Secret of Truth. You may. Ratcatcher, the Deliberately Pious. Looks pretty pious. It's got a big robe. There you go. A sword with like a flame halo and a robe, a wispy robe. I will not take that. Star Alliance to transport platform. Subdue is going to kill Post Pixies, but whatever. This one, the numbers on DOK didn't really impress me, but it looks like it's got some fun tricks. It's got Lummy Low with pretty decent amount of beasts. I think I counted 3 or 4. And Anthony, 2 subdues. It's got a red alert. It has Lady Lorena, which is a really cool taunt card in Sanctum. Nothing super out of the ordinary, but it does have some cool tricks. Like Fangs the Gizzleheart right now will just purge whatever strongest creature my opponent has out. Ooh, here's the name of the game. Do I gamble with this? I think I gamble with this and call Star Alliance. Nope. What did I hit? Untamed. Okay. Well, let's go Sanctum. Let's Fangs of Gizelheart. That Car. Then let's Free Marches. After let's play Gizelheart. Zealot. Free Marches. And then a Seeker of Truth. And I'm just gonna leave Gizelheart. Should have played the Seeker of Truth first and had 2 possible targets there, so one of them could have killed the Information Officer. So that rattle noise, I'm pointing my headphone, that rattle noise that just happened in the song is almost the identical noise to the automatic feeders that we have for our cats. And so when it started, I was like, wait, what? I'm gonna gamble again. Fuck it. Star Alliance. Nope. Did I hit Untamed again? No, I hit Sanctum. Fucking gambling den. Let's go Sanctum. I'm fine with you having an elusive there. Thank you. Let's go Font of the Eye, followed by a Radiant Truth. And then we'll have you fight there. I may ready and fight. So let's deploy right, have you fight in there. That's fine with me. Leftover Halloween candy in December. Another Chimera Eclipse. Got a decent Untamed line. I'm gonna not gamble anymore. So let's go Untamed. Flumph. Exchange Officer. Sure. I guess. Okay. Then let's go Rapid Evolution to hit one of the Flumphs. Guess Exchange Officer is not optional. One, two, three, four, five. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7 Untamed, 7 Star Alliance, and 4 Sanctum. So it's not a good place to gamble right now. I do love Gambling Den though, when it gets to endgame, when you can math out and count out how to get a guaranteed key. Granted, if your deck is stacked that way, but when it gets to you get a guaranteed key on Gambling Den on your 3rd key and your opponent's in check, it's just the most beautiful thing ever. On Shadows, they pull their archives. They're going to steal 1 and probably reap. want to gamble. I do not. Let's go Star Alliance. Let's go Jorg to the left. Let's put a translator on her. Let's bounce her back. Let's do it again. And let's put Chief Tink to the right. Check it, 6 of 6. So a glimpse into why I was saying I do not like the numbers for this deck for stats. I've got 21 creatures, 9 bonus amber, 6.3 amber control, which equates to 5 different cards that are capable of amber control, which is awful. 2 board wipes though, but past that, this deck just stay on the board and reap. Gambling den. Do I gamble? 5. I don't think I do. Let's go Sanctum. No, I don't believe that we do absolutely need amber control. I don't like decks that have low amber control if they're not a rush deck. So if you're not pushing game state, you need to have a way to control tempo, whether that's through board control or amber control. Let's go Zealot. Zealot is going to fight Ingram. Then we're going to have Grey Rider come in here, deploy right, and have Flumph fight into Yancey, buff itself. And then we're going to Font of the Eye to have, let's have Jorg catch or capture. And then we'll play Cleansing Wave. Check it, 8 of 8. Yeah, so I don't think amber control is necessary, but your deck, and this is my mindset coming from a control player, your deck needs some way to keep board state, push endgame, so amber / keys, and some way, if you can't obliterate one of these two, if you can't obliterate board state, if you can't obliterate amber production, you need a way on the third to control game tempo. That doesn't need to be through amber, that can be through board control, that can be through action control, but if you're not able to push endgame faster than your opponent, you need to have a way to make sure your action efficiency is better than your opponent. 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 or 10. So 2 Sanctum left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 Star Alliance, which means 6 Untamed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 4 Untamed. I lost track of my accounts there. I'm trying not to peek, but I'm just going to do it because my math's not working. Star Alliance is my best bet. So we're going to go blue key. Untamed looks really good right now. Let's go Untamed. Let's drop Keyfrog over there so I can trigger it. Inflate to the right, Dark Fairy to the left. Flumph. Let's do this guy first. He's gonna fight and kill Kirby. Let's buff my Flumph. Flumph then is going to fight and kill him. Let's buff themselves. Let's use Font of the Eye to have let's have Anafield capture. And let's have Exchange Officer Reap. And use Jorg to Reap and use a non-Star Alliance creature. This is fun. Let's Reap, use it, Flumph to fight and kill. Really just fight. Let's get rid of Molina. And let's buff themselves. Okay, this deck has some fun shit in it. I don't know how strong it is. It's definitely getting its ass kicked, but it's got some cool cross-house cheating. Song of the Wild is going to be bonkers this turn. Again, out of the sake of my math not working, 4, 3, so Star Alliance is my, my best bet. Excuse me again for Gambling Den. They're in shadows. Oh, you hit my Lady Lorena. Bastard. Hell yeah, we're doing it. Star Alliance. Pew. Nope. Swing and a miss. God damn it. Okay. Well. Bitch tits. 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 creatures out. I can get a key cheat in. Let's go Song of the Wild. Let's go ahead and Reap. It gains me 2. Let's go Song of the Wild. Let's use Jorg to use the action, steal 1. Let's go. Reap. Then let's fight. Let's kill. What can steal? I guess because of Breaker Hill. Let's kill Garcia. Let's buff you. And you're gonna fight and kill Selwyn, or kill yourself against Selwyn. And let's capture 1 onto Anafiel. Keep them off a key for 1 more turn. About all I can do. Not pushing game state fast enough. Oh, they hit the, they hit the fucking Gambling Den? Really? Really? That is exactly what I was talking about. Hitting that Gambling Den, pushing you in the game win. Ugh, okay. Well, 0-9 for the day. Just gonna leave it at that. But this was pretty fun. Finding some cool, fun decks. Not finding anything overpowered yet, but I've only gone through 5 decks. Yeah, QQ, right? QQGG. Less QQ, more pew pew. I feel it got off to a slow start. I wasn't quite sure exactly what this deck wanted to do, and once I figured it out, I had some pretty quick keys. So this one's in the play a couple more times, just figure it out deck. Never got to use this Fandangle. I was too far behind to set tempo. However, we are at 3 o'clock my time, so I am going to be signing off for the day. Thanks for joining me for Slinging, I guess, Saturday Slinging. But I will be back on Friday with some video game content. Not quite sure I'm going to play yet. I'm still having issues being able to stream Valhalla or Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I might go back to playing some Ori or some Hollow Knight. But then next Saturday, I will be playing more Keyforge. I'll be back at noon. So until then, just remember, when it comes to Keyforge, when in doubt, reap it out. Take care.